Hey guys, welcome back to Pharaoh Iron and Customs. I'm Michael, and today we're finally getting back into doing the right side rear fender well on this car. I know it's going to be more of the same, so this is probably going to be the Cliff's Notes. Actually, I did say I was going to go over more about shaping because we didn't do a lot on the last one. Anyway, so we're going to get started on this. There's a couple of things I need to do to get started. Oh my God! Yeah! Guys, I'm not sure where I should cut. Actually, you can see that's part of the old rear window frame right there. Let me get another blade. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it about, I'm going to start on this end about an inch lower or so than the outside of the wheel well. And we're just going to leave it kind of big. I want to leave as much of it as possible. I probably... What did I weld that to? Okay, we're going to leave that big. Like I said, when I start fitting the fender well, I'll know where to start cutting this. I'll have to straighten that out a little bit because it's going to not hit flat. Now we got something to kind of shape with the other side. I left this about a little over an inch wide all the way down. So we've got something to go on there. Something I've been thinking about is changing this deck lid to a what they call a W deck lid, which is an early Beetle deck lid. They're not, I can get them one off of J-Bugs. It's not very expensive. It does away with all the louvers. And what it does is it comes down further like that. So there may be enough room. They actually, you can buy the deck lid and the apron. Don't really know that I care about buying the apron. I'm wondering if rebuilding this deck lid cover, the apron isn't really that complicated how it's made. I mean, in worst case scenario, we can, build that, cut out strips and build it one piece at a time, kind of like Fitzy does. This is why I'm saying it's not that complicated. It is a complicated piece of metal, but it's not got like a bunch of crown to it and stuff. So I need to really get this thing cut out and set on the floor. I wish that I knew exactly where a W lid would go. We said we had 11. A W deck lid might just clear the floor. But what a W deck lid does is it brings the body line of the car all the way down to here and back up in this area where this one comes straight across. It comes back up like this on both sides and comes back up to a point in the middle further up. And since we're planning on doing a split oval, and we're going to get into that in a few and probably not, it's not going to be in February, sometime this year we're going to get into making this split oval windshield. And what that is the Volkswagen started, I think 46, well actually started before 46, but in 46 to 53 they had an oval shaped back glass with a split down the middle. And then after 56 it was just a classic oval that you think a Volkswagen would be. And then I don't remember what year that went to. Then they had a smaller rectangle glass, and this is the year of the big rectangle glass. So what I'm going to want to do is make a split oval, do away with all the louvers. I may actually, because if I do the oval, the louvers would have to come up higher to look right. I'm thinking about making the ovals, the louvers, like fake louvers, like make a panel with fake louvers in it, where they have a bottom, so that no water can get inside the car. Anyway, I don't know if that makes any sense or not, or even any sense. Wait, did I say? Did I really just say? Did that make any sense or not? We're building a car that makes no sense. Anyway, all right, let's get into it. All right, guys, we're going to try right there and see if y'all can see what I'm doing. So if y'all remember, I already bent. Actually, I probably didn't mention this. I messed up when I started making the left side and went the wrong way. So I had to, in the English wheel, I just used the rubber band on the English wheel to get some bend in that, and that put some bow in the panel. So what we're going to do is we're going to start at this end and start shrinking. We do not need to shrink much at this end, and we need to shrink more coming this way. So I'm just going to start right on the edge, and we're going to work our way down. Make the first pass. Shrinking all the way down, and I got to make sure I don't get carried away and shrink this edge too much. Also, this will be easier whenever I change it to a foot pedal on the shrinker. As you can see, it's starting to shrink. Every time I hit it and it bends in, it's pulling around into the right shape. if you watch Ray Chalene, he doesn't like using kick shrinkers to shrink because of the marks it leaves in the metal. And I can understand that. I watch a lot of Lazzy's channel, and he will kick shrink quite a bit. So it's all in the way you want to do it. So like I said, we do not need a lot of shrink at the top, but I'm going to go one more time. We're going to start there, shrink it, pull it out one, shrink it, pull it out one more, shrink it. Go down the width of the jaws. Shrink. 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 And one more little shrink right on the edge. Whew. Alright guys, I gotta take a little bit of a break. We'll take a break. As you can see, we're getting some places that probably moving a little too fast. And come back with the shrinker and kind of shape that a little bit. We're gonna have to go in the wheel. Wait. Oh no, that's right. Alright guys, we'll do a few more lines and I'll take another break here in a second. I'm putting light pressure to begin with on the inside and trying to get heavier as I work my way out. I'm not really liking what it's doing right here. For some reason it seems like the die is not seating like it's supposed to on the bottom. But when you look at it, it looks like it's doing like it's supposed to. I'm not sure. So we'll keep at it. Light pressure, light pressure. Light pressure, heavier pressure, heavy pressure, light pressure. Oops, I went heavy on that one. I may have to go deeper in right here. As you can see, we're still flat. If we'd have done the other panel with this, we may have had the inner fender well flat. I wonder why it's doing that. Maybe it's because I'm not supporting the panel. Let's see. Nope, it's still doing it. we don't have as much shrink down here at the bottom. The curve is a flatter curve. So you need to, if you've got a difference in your, guys, I'm gonna have to take a break. Yeah, definitely got to change this to a kit shrinker style, and as soon as we can do it, the better. I'm gonna almost say we could probably go right over the knee on this part of the panel and give it its shape. Alright guys, I've come back to the wheel. I've actually been to the wheel one time. I've been over this panel several times in the kit shrinker. I wasn't going to make you watch all that. Just trying to use light pressure and working to more pressure towards the outside. What I'm doing now is we got to keep in mind that we're going to fade out of our fender up at the top. We may have to adjust that when we start, but I've gone to a 4-inch radius on the bottom die in the English wheel. I did have the 8-inch radius, and that was too much. It was leaving tracking marks. Now I'm using heavy pressure, but I'm not trying to, I know it's going to do some stretching, but what I'm trying to do is go through the wheel opening and force some shape in here, just like you would with a set of tipping dies. And so it's throwing a whole lot of shape in this side, but it's put a lot more in this side. So this is going to start showing us where we need to start. It's going to show us where we need to start shrinking it. I'm just going to run over one time and kind of wash some of these marks out. And something you'll notice when you start working towards the edge, or that I've noticed, is it'll start gathering the steel up where it needs to be shrunk at. This panel is going to end up really close to what the buck looked like, I think. So right now we need a lot of shrink through this area right here. But as you can see, the rest of the panel looks pretty good. So we're going to have to probably shrink from here to here. That's my guess. Let's go find out. All right guys, I've gone back to the 8-inch wheel, and I'm just going to start washing this. This is probably about as much as I'm going to get done today. I wanted to get further, but the reality of this is, you know, we all work in our home shop. We have a career that we follow during the day, and it is not conducive to kill yourself at night getting up and doing a good job the next day at work. So, like I said, we're just washing back over the panel to see what it turns out like. Tomorrow we will very well likely fine tune. As you can see through here, it's bunched up really hard in the middle. We didn't need a whole lot of shape here. Matter of fact, I may try to take some of that out because I know we don't need that much shape there. Oh. Alright, so we're gonna come right back in here. We don't want to get too deep because that 8-inch radius is more radius than is in that 8-inch radius is flatter than this radius right here. And as you can see, you don't want to get too close to the edge. All right, as you can see, we got a bow in here. The panel's not looking horrible, but it probably needs to stretch through there. And the only thing is if it stretches, it's gonna push it further around. I don't want to get no higher than that. Okay. I'm not terribly mad at that. It does need to shrink some more in this area. Okay, guys. Y'all can look at this. We probably need to shrink it all along the edge another maybe an inch and a half in, up until about this point up here. I don't know if you can you see that? I can't tell, my viewfinder is. And once we shrink that, we may need to stretch it just a little more, you know, go back to the wheel and work it up, work some more stretch into this area right here. It's flat right there, so that whole area right there may need to be stretched. So anyway, that's another day down. Like I said, I really wanted to get this where we were ready to fit it tomorrow. I blasted my last cutoff wheel. We actually need to cut this higher and in further and drop it down a little bit. The front of it, actually we may not need to go any further in with it. It's in a really good position right now. It's a really good position at the bottom. The whole panel may need to just drop down. I've got it sitting on this tire. The other panel, I know y'all can't see what I'm talking about. All right, I got it sitting on the tire because it's not sitting all the way in, but it is really close. The line is really close. I feel better about this panel right now than I did the first day I worked on it. So it may take 3 days to get this done, but I mean, that's just you know, that's the reality of doing this. And I mean, I'm sure there's people out there with better equipment and, you know, or whatever that can do it like that, and people that are used to running that equipment all the time. But I don't know if you can tell, my shirt is soaked through with sweat right now, and it's February, guys. So this should be February the 22nd, which means we got, if my calculations are correct, we got 7 more days to film for Febu Daily. I picked up so far, I think I picked up about 20 subscribers. We're having more people comment this year than we did last year, which is really nice. Also, guys, hit that like button. you know, leave a comment in the comment section so it can push out there so other people can get an opportunity to decide whether they wanted to watch it or not, you know. Anyway, I'll see y'all tomorrow.